The ITAA Research Award was instituted in 2016 to recognize individuals or teams for major contribution to research in any field of transaction analysis. Before I present the awardees, I want to thank the nominator because awards cannot happen without nominations. So thank you, Bill Cornell, and also the committee members who went through the research nomination and decided on it. The 2020
No, you've gone mute, Susan. Susan, you have muted yourself. We can't hear you. Okay.
Okay.
Yes, that's okay.
The 2020 Research Award has been given to honor the landmark work of Pia Selejo and all the members of LARSI. The nominator says, social cognitive transaction analysis based on the theory of ego states and drew from contemporary research, has the unique distinction in development of theory that is rooted in research. He proposed a dimensional definition of ego states based on key dimensions on which converge the knowledge of different theoretical models in psychology, biological, and social sciences. The Laboratory for Research on Self and Identity, LARSI, was founded to carry on the clinical and research efforts pioneered by Pia Selejo. Their particular attention is to bridge practice and research, develop a research culture in TA, introduce TA trainees to research, maintain attention to theoretical psychological themes of ethical relevance that concern human health and growth. Through the work of Larissa and its myriad publications in both Italian and English, we witnessed the creation of a model of transaction analysis in research-based practice of the highest awards. My pleasure to present to you the 18 award winners, which is on the screen. The whole team. Over to them.
Thank you, Susan. So we have a whole team of recipients. I don't know who's going to respond on their behalf. Who's going to speak to accept the award from that group?
Susanna Piatti, David, can't remember his surname, but she's here. They are here.
She's here. Yes, yes. Yes,
okay,
Susanna.
over to you.
Susanna Bianchini. I'm Susanna Bianchini. This is the Italian group, okay?
Yes.
So I honored to receive this award, and special thanks to Susan George to have presented the motivation of the award. Thank you, Deepak, and a special thanks to Pio Scilligo and his legacy. He was a Salesian priest, a professor of psychological research methodology in Sapienza University, and he founded two psychotherapy schools and the research for Institute for the Intrapsychic Relational Processes. Next slide. And thanks to the member of the Larsi group. These are the photo, only the photo. The names were before. So, next slide. A special thanks to ITAA Award Committee, and particularly to Bill Cornell. He was our nominator, and we have the sense that he really understood the sense of and the heart of the research group. Thanks to our trainee of psychotherapy school and to the client of our trainee. So with the next slide, we can see the what is in Italian we say l'ARSI. So the l'ARSI is the research laboratory of the Research Institute for Intrapsychic and Relational Process, founded by Pio Scilligo in 1981 for cultural and research purpose. Later, Pio Scilligo and some collaborators founded l'ARSI to support the development of social cognitive transactional analysis through clinical research. Next slide. So what is the relationship between l'ARSI and Intrapsychic Research Institute? Probably this image can help us. Here is the trunk, and we have 3 branches. The first is the existential humanistic anthropology. IRP promote this frame of work. And the l'ARSI adopted this anthropological perspective. And the social cognitive transactional analysis has a vision of human being consistent with this perspective. And our research work are published in our scientific journal, Psychology, Psychotherapy, and Health. If we go to the other slide, we can see that there is the existential humanistic anthropology is the shared background for the psychotherapy school related to IRPIR. During at the time, we have 4 schools now, and each school is recognized by Italian government for the psychotherapy training. And with the next slide, we can see that there is a cooperation among the 4 schools. The 4 schools shared the theoretical model based on TA and on social cognitive transactional analysis, a learning methodology, a clinical prevention intervention center. In each school there is one of these centers, and the laboratory for the research on self and identity. With the next slide, we can see specifically the kind of a cooperation between Clinical Prevention Intervention Center and the Laboratory for the Research on Self-Identity. With the next slide, we can see the fruit of this cooperation among the 4 schools. The fruit is the l'ARSI database. Why? Because the Center for Prevention and Intervention offer several cycles of free 21-session psychotherapy for the community. And in 15 years, more than 4,500 clients received psychotherapy by our trainee through the CEPI. And this is the way in which we formed our l'ARSI database. With the next slide, I want to share, but I know that I have the l'ARSI group on my back. In our opinion, the research award to a group is particularly relevant because it's the expression for us of the value in combining the autonomy among the different schools and the cooperation among the different aspect areas previously presented. Therefore, the central guiding value of interdependence comes from the richness of the cooperation. Never, as in this pandemic era, the value of interdependence can be the polar star for the future of our planet. And now, Davide Ceridono, the director of l'ARSI, we conclude presenting some research line of l'ARSI. Please, we can go with the next slide, Deepak.
Oh, good evening, everyone. In these pandemic days, this meeting gives us hope. As director of LARSI, I am honored to receive the research award, and I join in the thanks expressed by Susanna to ITAA Research Award Committee and to Bill Cornell. I am grateful to all the colleagues of LARSI who made a contribution to research in different and special ways. Next. The roots of LARSI sink into the research line undertaken by Pio Scilligo with three connected goals. First, to give theoretical foundation to the basic TA concepts, using a restricted number of concepts with a high level of abstraction, a clear explicative power, and a well-established scientific value. Second, to develop operational definitions of the TA concepts, strictly connected to the theoretical constructs at a higher level of abstraction. And third, to develop instruments of observation that permit to do empirical research using these concepts. Next. LARSI has a particular attention to promote a virtuous cycle between training, clinical practice, research, and theory, to bridge practice and research and to develop the research culture in TA. Next. Currently, our research is focused on the study of the process and outcome of psychotherapy according to the social cognitive TA model and the study of change processes in the direction of healthy and constructive interpersonal and intrapsychic processes. In terms of our model, the change is from hostile, critical, and rebellious ego states to friendly, free, and protective ego states. Next. Next one. Our theoretical research mainly concerns ego state is explained in terms of schemas and the change in the emotional schemas that underlie the symptoms and the problems. Most of our empirical research is on the psychotherapy delivered in the training clinics of the school connected with IRPER. Next one. Looking at the future, LARSI is developing a new field of empirical investigation about the neurovegetative effects of TA psychotherapy. Next one. We also aim to develop intensive research with single case studies to produce further evidence of the effectiveness of TA psychotherapy. Next one. Finally, we hope that in the coming years, we can develop collaboration with other Italian and international research groups. Next. The LARSI intend to continue the research work illuminated by the words of Pio, who invited us to grasp the richness of different theoretical models, as well as both quantitative and qualitative research. We thank all of you, and we wish to conclude with the words of Pio. Next one. I believe that as human beings, we are so complex that we cannot be placed in the box of a single model. And I think it's important to draw the peers that are inside each box so as to make it a necklace that shows how beautiful, capable, and competent the people who wear it are. Pio Scilligo. Thank you.
Thank you.
Grazie.
Can we stop the screen share?
Hey, Adrian, people were asking in the chat room if it would be possible to have a copy of the slides. I don't know if that would be possible, but
Yes, it is possible. We are proud to share.
I'm not sure how you're going to do that, but it would be it would be lovely to have them, because what I'm really moved by, Susanna and David, thank you so much for your speech on behalf of the LASI group, is how much you honour Pio Scilligo and his initiation, really, of the wonderful research that you have carried on for years, and giving TA such high respect in the wider community. Thank you, and LASI for
Thank you for your word, Adrienne.
Thank you.